bottom of all of her health issues. And she did eventually get a diagnosis, but she's fought a long, hard road. So please be patient with her as she tries to compress a long journey and a story into some really key points for you to know.
Hi, my name is Allie. I'm going to tell you a little bit story about my story with Lyme. I was 11 years old in 7th grade when my early symptoms of Lyme began. It came on sudden with a severe migraine and stomachache, and a bad sore throat that seemed just like a virus lasted for 2 weeks. My mom had called our doctor, but they told us to wait it out. It was that time of year for the viruses, so we did. By the time 8th grade hit, I was homeschooled, and my childhood was being washed away by this one little bug called a tick. I remained home without schooling until 12th grade. Once a vibrant, outgoing child who loved ballet and cheerleading was gone. I was missing out on school dances and social things that normal teenagers enjoy at this age. Instead, I now became bedridden. It was slowly taking over my life and my family's. My symptoms progressed over the next 5 to 10 years. I had daily migraines, constant belly aches, and irregular heartbeat, loss of breath, swollen ears, tremors, and a grand mal seizure at 17 years old. I was in and out of hospitals and saw countless doctors, neurologists, endocrinologists, psychiatrists, and cardiologists. My parents had taken me to at least 15 doctors by the time I was in my 20s. Every single one, thinking they knew what was wrong with me, but not agreeing on one specific thing. The schools made it even harder for me during this time. Our principal, as well as the school staff, did not understand. They explained to my parents after I got asked to a junior prom by a friend that I was not technically a student, so I was forbidden from all school activities, such as football games and including my school dance. By the time my early 20s hit, I was going completely downhill and symptoms worsening and new symptoms appearing. My family and my cousin were desperate to find out what was wrong with me. That's when I met a doctor in 2004 who suspected Lyme disease. He gave me a blood test and it came back false negative. After my test, he strongly recommended I see a Lyme-related doctor. In March of 2004, I was told I had late-stage Lyme disease. I started treatment immediately with oral antibiotics, and for the first time in my life, I woke up without a migraine in over 15 years. The best part was, after my first year of treatment, I was able to dance the night away at my wedding without crashing on the floor. Then in 2006, I had a part-time job for the first time in my life. In late 2007, I did have a setback due to stress from my job. I found out my body was fighting several co-infections, Babesia and Bartonella. I was sicker than ever, in a wheelchair and using a cane practically on a daily basis. My insurance was only willing to pay 30 days of IV antibiotics, but I clearly needed more due to being diagnosed too late. In the last 7 years, my parents have spent over $50,000 on my health care. They have paid everything out of pocket, including my home care and medications during both times of my 2 rounds of IV treatment. This is all due to the fact that the IDSA does not agree with long-term course treatment. My life has changed dramatically in so many ways due to the ignorance of the IDSA and uneducated doctors. My family has to be burdened with the financial aspect of Lyme and watch me go through all this. You do get sicker or better, but I know the long-time antibiotics do work. There were days that I couldn't get out of bed and not sure if I was going to make it 10 steps into my kitchen because my legs didn't want to work. Since then, I've been able to finally start getting my life back and be a housewife to my husband. We're now planning on having a child via surrogate, hopefully by next year, June 1. I cannot wait to be a mom. I'm aware this may be a lifetime thing fighting this disease, but I'm so much better where I am today, physically and mentally, due to the helpful and diligent Lyme disease doctors I've seen. Doctors and schools need to be educated. Lyme-related doctors are being persecuted for not treating Lyme the way IDSA says it should be. Something needs to change. Please help support Senate Bill 210. Thank you.
Okay, so in summary, I'd like to wrap it up by saying that there are 2 medically valid standards of care in the treatment of Lyme disease. And in Pennsylvania, we have a long history. In fact, we developed a case history recognizing 2 schools of thought in medicine. Whenever something new occurs in medicine, it's a minority point of view, right? That's how medicine progresses. Well, in Pennsylvania, that's recognized. And all you need to do is have a considerable number of respectable physicians who in fact practice in that way, and it's a standard of care. Well, that exists in Lyme disease. There are 2 standards of care that are valid. Patients should be informed, and it should be a patient choice. And Pennsylvania, the Senate, needs to vote Senate Bill 210 in to ensure that physicians can use their clinical judgment and choose the approach that will get the patient well. Not treat according to the book, but treat according to the patient. Thank you very much.